Lost and found, she ran until her lungs burned and her legs screamed for mercy. The forest seemed to stretch on forever, the trees blurring into a dizzying maze of shadows and moonlight. She had no idea where she was going, no sense of direction. The only thought that consumed her was escape. Away from the cabin, away from the book, away from the eyes that watched her from the darkness. As she ran, she noticed something strange. The trees seemed different, older, their bark twisted and gnarled with age. The path beneath her feet was no longer gravel but a dirt track, barely visible beneath a thick carpet of fallen leaves. It was as if she had stumbled into another time, another reality. Her breath caught in her throat as she emerged from the trees and found herself back on the road. Her car stood where she had left it, its headlights still casting a feeble glow into the darkness. Relief washed over her, followed by a wave of exhaustion. She had escaped. A rude awakening. She woke with a gasp, her heart pounding in her chest. The memories of the previous night flooded back, vivid and terrifying. The cabin, the book, the whispers in the dark. She sat up in bed, her sheets tangled around her legs, and looked around her room. It was bathed in the soft light of dawn, the familiar objects comforting in their normalcy. It had all been a dream, she told herself. Just a nightmare. A wave of dizziness washed over her, and she glanced down at her hand. There, on the back of her hand, was a small red mark. It looked like a handprint, small, delicate, and ice-cold to the touch. The phone rang, the shrill sound jarring her from her thoughts. She answered, her voice shaky. "Hello?" A raspy voice answered from the other end. "Don't go into the woods tonight, Rachel. They're waiting for you." The line went dead. Rachel stared at the phone, her blood turning to ice. Nightmare or not, something was very, very wrong. The echo of a touch. Rachel stood at her bedroom window, staring out at the woods that bordered her property. The morning sunlight painted the leaves in hues of gold and crimson, but beneath the surface beauty, she could sense a lurking darkness. The phone call, the handprint on her hand, the vivid memories of the cabin, and the book. It was all too real to be dismissed as just a dream. The woods beckoned, a silent invitation whispered on the wind. Fear warred with a strange sense of compulsion. Could it be true? Were they waiting for her? She touched the mark on her hand, the skin still icy cold beneath her fingertips. It was a tangible reminder of the nightmare that bled into reality. A choice lay before her. Heed the warning and stay away, or confront the darkness that whispered her name. As the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows across the floor, Rachel made her decision. She would face her fears. She would return to Blackwood Trail,